Khayyam time, noon on weekdays, and we are on stanza 45. Well, Omar continues to encourage us to take the high road in looking at life, and looking at life as, in this case, in today's stanza, as kind of a game. That's not easy to do, but let's find out more about it. Okay, here's the stanza as written. But leave to the wise to wrangle, and with me the quarrel of the universe, let it be. And in some corner of the hubbub couched, make game of that which makes as much of thee.
"45. But leave the wise to wrangle, and with me the quarrel of the universe let be. And in some corner of the hubbub couched, make game of that which makes as much of thee."
Very interesting, huh? Well, because this theme is continuing, he says here, the best way, Yogananda writes, the best way to view life is as a cosmic play, filled with contrasting failures and successes, defeats and victories. Enjoy it as a sport, caring not whether you win or lose. Does it not appear sometimes that life is playing with you? Well, if life is bent on teasing you, why not get into the spirit of the thing? Whenever the ball comes your way, throw it back again with equal energy. Well, that's not an easy attitude to have towards life when it gets us down, I must admit. You know, the term Leela in Sanskrit and in the stories and teachings of India means play. And it's a reference in most contexts to viewing life exactly the way Omar is saying. He says, basically, all the arguments, political arguments, scientific arguments, artistic arguments, family arguments, all of these quarrels that are constantly going on are simply part of the fabric of life. They don't really go away. I'm not saying, at least I don't think Omar isn't saying they're not important. An argument might be important to you, but that having a certain attitude of sportsmanlike, which admittedly not everyone has, but those who enjoy athletics, competitive sports especially, who enjoy playing ping pong or a game of tennis, for example, or a great game of basketball, both sides going up and down the court and sweating profusely and so on and so forth, or football, which doesn't really attract me particularly, but nonetheless, with that sporting spirit of cricket and other things, it can be very helpful. Not all cultures, not all temperaments are quite so sporting, but this is certainly one way, one of many ways, by which to view life and cope with life towards a more transcendent view of life. I'm not sure that that's been my own experience, but I like a good joke, as most of you know, and seeing life as not a joke in the skeptical sense, but having a good sense of humor is, well, it's partly what makes us human, is to have a sense of humor, although I think a few cats and dogs probably have a sense of humor too, but having a sense of humor gives us a sense of perspective. So if you want to adopt Omar's suggestion to see life as a sport, as a game, and when the game puts its attention on your life to push back, as it were, that's great. Really, what he's talking about is energy. It's the curious ability to deal with life as it's dealt to you, to do so with enthusiasm and energy, and at the same time with non-attachment. That's really what he's getting at. Obviously, when he speaks of the couch, what does he say here? And in some corner of the hubbub couched, make game of that which makes as much of thee. So we have a contrasting image between a couch, which I think suggests to my mind to meditate, and how can in meditation you make a game of that which makes a game of thee? Well, I think you can actually, which is to step back from your challenges in life and your duties and responsibilities to the degree they inspire in you a certain amount of stress, and push back. Stand back sufficiently with non-attachment to actually respond creatively and enthusiastically to the sport of life. Okay? I think that's my thoughts for today. I hope you've enjoyed, and